Today we're going to make this simple and cute pig craft. So to get started, we are going to need some scissors, a black crayon, pencil, crayon, or marker, a pencil, some glue. You're going to need a large piece of pink paper, a tiny little bit of white paper, and here I have a tracer of a small circle. If you don't have a tracer of a circle, it's okay. You can draw freehand. It just makes it a bit easier with a tracer. Okay, the first thing we are going to do is grab that pink piece of paper. So on this pink piece of paper, we are going to make the head of our pig, and that's why I have my tracer. So here I have a circular tracer, and if you have one, that would be perfect. Doesn't really matter what size, but here you can see all I do is put it on my pink piece of paper and trace it. Once it is traced, you can cut it out. Now, if you're using a lid to trace, that's perfect. If you're using a cup, just be careful if it is glass because you don't want it to break. So whatever tracer you're using, just be careful as you go, trace it, and then cut it out. Once you have your circle, you are going to grab another little piece of the pink paper. So I'm just cutting a small rectangle, and I'm going to take that rectangle and I'm going to fold it over. So here I go, I'm folding the rectangle over and grabbing my pencil. I'm just going to use my circle to help me figure out the size that I want for my ears. So I'm going to put it right above my circle and go up, kind of curve in a little bit, and then back to the other side. So up, I curve into a point and then come back around the other side, and that is going to be the ear for my pig. Now, because I folded my paper, when I cut it out, I'm going to have two that are exactly the same. If you can only do one at a time, that is okay. There we go, I have both of my ears. Now I'm going to grab my white piece of paper and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to fold it over, and this time I want it to be similar to my pink piece, but I want them to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go up, back to that point, and back to the other side. So it looks exactly the same as my pink ear did, but it is a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to cut it out. Don't worry if it's not perfect. You can always fix it by trimming it or try again. Remember, we are doing the best that we can. Then I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to glue the little white ear into the pink, or on top of the pink ear. Then I'm going to put a bit of glue on the bottom of that and glue it in behind the circle, so in behind the pig's head. Now I'm going to take that white piece of paper, and remember we folded it over. I'm going to fold it back over again and draw a circle. So I'm going to draw one circle on there and I'm going to cut it out. Now remember, because I folded it, I'm going to end up with two when I'm done. If this is too hard, then just draw two little circles and cut them both out. We are ready for the snout. So I'm going to grab my pink piece of paper and I'm going to draw a curve. So a curved line, almost half a circle. And then I want to join it. So when I join it, I'm just going to have a little bit of a curve on each end of the join. So around when I curve it, I don't want it to be straight. So you can see all my edges are a little bit rounded. Once that is done, I am going to cut that out. Now we're going to take those two white circles and glue those right on top of the snout. So one side by side with the other, so right beside each other, and then we're going to put a little bit of glue right on our circle, right where we want our snout to go, right where we want our nose to go, and now we're taking our black marker, drawing two circles for the eyes, drawing some eyebrows, and then a nice big smile for our pig. Okay, we're ready for the body. So to do the body, we need some more pink paper. So I'm going to move my face up, grab my piece of paper, and I'm going to use my face just to help me figure out what size I want my pig's body to be. So this is the size I think I want it to be, so I'm going to take my pencil and just draw around almost like a really, really big circle. Woo! And there's the size I would like my pig's body to be, and I'm just going to join my circle. And you decide whatever size you would like. Once you have the size you would like and you've drawn it on your pink page, you are going to cut it out. Once your body is cut out, you are going to put a little bit of glue on one tip and glue your head right on top. Using some pink paper, I'm now going to cut some strips. Now, it doesn't matter how long or how thick they are, but these are going to be the legs and the tail. So you decide the thickness and the length. Don't worry, we're going to do some trimming, so it is okay. I'm going to cut 3 strips to start just to see. I might have to cut more, and that's okay. I'm going to just look. I think these might be okay if I just cut them in half. So I'm going to cut 1 in half. That's going to be 1 set of legs. I'm going to use the other one and cut that in half. Remember, yours can be longer, shorter, you decide. I'm just going to measure these up to make sure they're the same length. Oh, one is a little bit longer, so I will just trim it. Now I'm happy with the size of my legs, so now I am going to glue them on. I'm coming in behind the body. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the tip, coming in behind the body. You decide if you would like longer legs, shorter legs. Remember, you can make them a little bit thicker or thinner. It is completely up to you. It is your pig, so you get to be as creative as you would like. There is no right or wrong. This is your craft. The whole point is to be creative and have fun while we're making our simple pig craft today. Now I'm going to take that extra strip that I cut and I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to roll it all around my pencil, rolling, rolling, rolling all the way to the end. And then when I let go, I will have a curly tail. If you want your tail longer, that is okay. Shorter, it's also okay. And I'm going to glue it in behind my pig. And the final step is to use the black marker on the tips of each of his legs. So I'm going to grab a little piece of pink paper because as I make little rectangles on the edge of each of my legs, it's going to go through and I don't want to wreck my workspace. So all you're going to do is go and color a tiny little rectangle on each one of your little legs. And there you go. Your craft is done. Thank you for joining me on Craft Club for Kids to make our simple pig craft. Be creative and have fun.